So great to be with you all. We've got so much to discuss with all of you because we've got James Moser here. James, you were out for 10 days fishing for rockcod with scientists trying to determine what the fishery is all about. You're going to be sharing a lot of that info with us tonight.
Of course.
And of course, you're at Newport Landing, so we'll talk Dorado and we'll talk yellowfin tuna and bluefin tuna and everything else, right?
Yep, of course.
All right. Andrew Killian is here. And Andrew, what's the name of your sport fishing thing? What is it?
Full spectrum sport fishing.
Full spectrum sport fishing. Woody is a part of that.
Captain Woody was out here a few weeks ago now.
Yeah. Are you hiding your hair underneath like Woody does?
Oh,
Woody has...
I'm becoming like you.
Will you tell him to turn his phone down, the volume, please?
I'll tell you guys the questions.
Yeah. Oh, you will? How can you do that?
I'm gonna have to read them out to you guys. My wife's gonna bring the 8. Oh yes.
There you go. All right.
Is that cool?
We got our man with the
course.
questions, and I can repeat them in case people can't hear it. But so we're going to do all that. I need to get to, and we're going to do questions. Anthony, do you have any trivia questions tonight?
Yes.
Okay. He's the man with the trivia questions, and I just need to thank a couple sponsors, and then we're going to delve into this incredible night where you're going to talk to people about chuckleheads and all kinds of stuff, right?
Everything.
And you, what are you going to talk about?
Just lobster hooping and local fishing inshore.
Andrew, I got to tell you, this back here, the background was all screwed up. He made a brilliant suggestion to me and solved it.
He's the man with the master
Yeah,
plan.
you're a tech guy, huh? I didn't know how techie you were.
Turn it off, turn it back on. That's about
That's
it.
what we did. Opsin Fluorocarbon, www.opsinusa.com. Put in FA at checkout. Greg Brown, the owner, will send you a love note with a perfumed card. And also he will, what else does he do? He'll give you a free gift. Daiwa is our rod and reel sponsor, and we could not be more stoked than we are about that tremendous support from Daiwa. Man, if you're going to take on these big bluefin, these big yellowfin, do it with Daiwa. Blacktail Hooks. Blacktail Hooks putting out a great product. Sky is with us every step of the way, and they do really fabulous stuff. 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California, where we had a rainstorm tonight,
Yes.
right? Wasn't that weird?
Oh, that was wild.
Thunder, lightning. I loved it, man. It was really cool. But here at 22nd Street, there's just a whole fleet of boats that you can jump on. We are very, very fortunate to have this studio right at the landing when at any given point in time, somebody can walk in and do something crazy, as you well know.
Yeah,
Last week it was Chef Jason, by the way. Yes.
You want to just take it?
Oh, and I can,
We got plenty of guys. Dan, hello everyone.
All right.
Other guys saying hello. You can see who's saying hello.
Perfect. I love it. Thank you, Anthony.
You got it.
All right, and let me just keep going here with a few more sponsors, and then we'll start asking questions, delving into tonight's great show. Malahini Sport Fishing, H&M Landing in San Diego, California. Who doesn't like fishing? With Bill Wilkerson. Island Fishing Tackle, Sam De La Torre in Carson, California. Sam is under the weather. He's not feeling well, the poor guy. So, man, you got that perfect, Anthony.
I love you.
The screen, I love it. All right, looking good. And so Sam is sick. Hopefully he's feeling better soon. Ventura Sport Fishing up there in, can you guess where it is?
805.
Cisco's.
Ventura Sport Fishing is in Ventura, California. Yeah. I watched the show the other night and they asked some kids on a college campus, do you know where what country the Queen of England is from? Guy said, Europe? You know, so Ventura Sport Fishing. You got that right. I'm very impressed. 805-676-3474. The morning briefing every morning. 18,000 people tuned in the other morning. Really catching fire. Thank you all so very, very much. And October the 23rd is coming soon. If you plan on making that, could you put a comment up on our YouTube channel because we're trying to figure out how much food to have for you and whether or not we're going to have Chef Jason do pole dancing or, you know, what it is we're going to do. So definitely want to get an RSVP from you folks. All right, Dan Smith, this is going to be a great show. I always say that, but hello, my friends. It is going to be a great show.
Hey, you got
It's gonna
this
be an
guy right
amazing
here.
show.
Yeah, we got both of you guys.
Yeah,
man.
no, he's
Lots of info today.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew, I'm so excited about Andrew because we, you know, to be honest, you and I were talking. We said, we don't really want to have Andrew on tonight. He's going, please let me on.
Yeah,
Please.
he was begging.
Remember?
He was
And then
begging and pleading.
we finally gave in.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
this chain around my ankle?
Yeah, really, yeah, really. Don't you dare move. All right, let's see. Brian says, hey, Captain J. So big fan of yours, obviously.
Brian's my brother-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that figures. wouldn't be just a member of the public. All right, and then we've got SoCal Drew says, evening, gentlemen. Ivan Sanchez says, good evening, everybody. Dan Smith, nice bluefin. Anthony.
Yeah, my first one this year. It's been.
Come on over here if you want to.
Talk about the ninth inning, right?
Talk about it.
We were on the backside of Clemente.
I must have been there at that same day. 4 days ago.
7 days ago.
Okay, so we were late to the bite, but
Yeah, but
Speak loud.
Okay, so yeah, quarter mile. I was a quarter mile off.
yeah,
Yeah, it was.
You were in the right spot.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was my first bluefin of the year. Put it on the scale and it said 50.7, and I'm happy I just got that monkey off my back because the year was just flying by, and I was back at work and just really. We weren't even really in the zone. We were chasing yellowfin off porpoise, and I happened to drop down a sinker rig, and I hooked up. Everyone thought it was a yellowfin until 20 minutes in.
Would you have been disappointed if it was a yellowfin?
Well, the way I was fighting it, they would have probably been disappointed.
Oh, yeah.
But once they caught it up, it was all high fives, so I was really stoked.
Yeah.
But thank you everybody for the support. But yeah.
Anthony, we love you, man.
Dude,
Tell me. I'm gonna stand right here.
so we were on the backside of Clemente after a full day's work.
Okay.
And
Me too.
Yeah, and one of the scientists said, "I want to catch something bigger than a trout," and that was Mike Thompson and Captain Phil's.
That was throwing the gauntlet down to those guys, right?
Exactly. That was the don't tempt me, Frodo. And we caught a 130-pound bluefin, and it was
a scientist on his hands and knees begging for
mercy.
I love it.
Yes.
I'm still sore.
Perfect.
Yes. I love it.
Oh, it was amazing. I've got footage of him, and within 3 minutes, he's already on his knees, and Phil's just standing there looking at him, and I'm like,
Yeah.
You are sadly mistaken, brother.
So let me just tell you guys, if you're out there and you're hearing, okay, we were next to Top Gun. Let's just say we were next to the fleet, and you hear other boats saying, or I was on a private boat, you hear other boats saying drop down to 140, 180 feet. Do what Joe says, our buddy. Drop down to 200.
There you go.
And you're going to get bit on the way down.
Yep.
I've heard it, and I heard it again. It hasn't happened to me. I listened to what everyone was doing, and I did it, and I was the one that got bit.
Dude.
Guys were like, I'm just going to put on a slider. I'm going to fly line. I got bit 3 times. I got bit off the first 2 because I was on 30-pound. I stepped it up to my next 40-pound rig, and I got lucky.
Beautiful. I love it. Good job, Anthony. Everybody's pulling for you because you're such a good guy. It's true. Hey, are you related to the guy that owns the fish market?
I wish I was.
Okay. I heard his last name today, and
We're
then
the bakery side.
Oh.
He's the fish market side. We're the bakery. Ramona's bakery side.
Okay, gotcha. All right, California saltwater fishing. Good evening, Phil. Paul Fanning here from California saltwater fishing. He wants me to do a trip on board the Amigo for Rockfish on December the 3rd. Paul, I got to make a decision on that.
End of the year, yeah.
I'm thinking about it. Ivan Sanchez. Very nice, boys. K. Smith. Jason pole dancing? Question mark. Yes. I'm wondering about that myself, too. California saltwater fishing. Particularly interested in what you guys were seeing regarding cow cod. Do you think they will ever be legal again? All right, let's just jump into it.
Well, let's dive into it.
Yeah, go ahead.
So cow cod, from the
What are you
what
laughing
I've
about? Yes.
Oh, I just know
Go
the
ahead.
what are you
story.
laughing about?
I know the story already, so it's
okay.
like,
Oh, all
So,
right.
I
don't
It's
know
a
the
story. We
Why
just
did
want the
cow
truth.
cod
We don't want a story.
Why
Oh,
did
no.
cow cod get cut off? I don't even know the story. Is there,
Well, I know that story.
is there a quick story to that?
No, there's not a quick story,
okay.
but
Oh, listen.
no. But from what I've heard from the scientists that were on board the Aggressor,
Yes.
they're looking at rotating stock, so cow cod could become
Legal again?
legal again.
Oh my God, Andrew. You lied. Go ahead.
I don't tell the truth all the time.
I know.
That would be
And then, and rotating,
So we're going to rotate geographical areas, it sounds
Yes.
like. Okay, so one area. The
one
cow-
area closes and then
another one
area
opens.
opens.
Oh, you mean so the closed areas they're thinking about. So when you were out on this trip, it sounds like you had positive results.
Yes, but we saw a ton of the closures are working. So it's so to open up the closures and then close other areas, that's kind of where we're headed.
So that's what
at
the
this point.
scientists were telling you. But
Yes.
still, this ends up in the legislature or something with a bunch of
Exactly.
politicians
Yeah, well,
who are not interested in anything but power, money, and doing whatever is going to get them votes, right?
Exactly.
For the most part. So it gets skewed that way, right?
Exactly.
Okay. But the scientists, at least we know that and this,
And the scientists they're just as fishy as we are.
oh, you mean they're fishermen?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So
And they had a good time?
oh, they had
So
an amazing time.
How many hooks were you fishing with?
We did a 5 gallon hook.
Yeah.
It was a
And I hear that, honestly. Now, I know what he's thinking because it's 2 hooks, right?
Well,
and
yeah.
you're thinking 2 hooks. I'm listening to that, and as a commercial
No,
guy,
it's a-
back in the 80s, we were fishing 75 hooks. I'm
Yeah.
like, 5 hooks? That sucks.
yeah, exactly.
But anyway,
what
go
the hell are
ahead.
you doing? Like, okay.
How's your arm feel? Is
dude,
it still sore?
Oh, I didn't think about that. Yeah, because if
Oh.
you hook 2, that's kind of tough. I didn't think about hooking.
No electric reels, huh?
I know what everybody out there is thinking, too. 75 hooks, you jerk. That's why there's no fish left.
Yeah, no,
It was commercial
it was-
fishing.
So it was a 5 gallon, 5/0 hook offset. It was definitely something that I've never done before.
Okay, cool. And so were you loading the Ganyan every single time? Most times? Many times?
Most times, yes.
So were you fishing in areas like Cherry Bank or any
Yes.
places like?
So
you fish Cherry?
Yeah. Oh, Cherry
Catch
Bank.
any? Do you ever get stopped on the way down on those? What the hell are those things? I can't remember right now. Those fish that are up suspended a little. Chili peppers.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that place is loaded with chilies back in the
Yes.
day. Yeah, cool.
Yep.
And cows and
Cows
breads are
yep.
freaking
and
awesome. out there.
Vermilions. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was flipping wild.
So at the end of all of this, and this is not scientific because the sample size is too small and it's not the way to do science, but we can at least talk about your observations.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go into the whole scientific method.
Right.
It was great.
Oh, it was. We had so much fun, and it was. If we'll get into the scientific method, here shortly. But
Do you know the scientific method, by the
yeah,
way?
of
You
course,
do?
Of course,
I'm very impressed.
dude. I try to do my best to.
So hypothesis,
Yep.
and then you know all this.
Yes,
Oh, I'm
of
very
course.
impressed. I'm teaching 5th grade in China. When the kids did their science projects, they
Right.
had to include the scientific method. So some kid would come with a volcano that blew all over and looked bitch and everything else. Like,
Right.
well, what are you proving?
Yeah.
That's a great show, but there's no scientific method.
Right.
Your parents are going to kill you because I'm going to give you an F. No, I never gave anybody an F. I go, that is friggin' cool. Can I have that? I'll give you an A if you let me take that back to my room.
Exactly.
No, I didn't do that. So anyway, all right, we'll get into the scientific method, but
Yep.
things look good.
Yep,
Chucklehead wise.
yes.
You can only take one chucklehead now.
Yes.
Did you see a lot of chuckleheads?
We did.
You did.
We saw a ton.
Oh my God. You're listening to this? Yeah, he can hardly. He
I've heard
can't
this
even.
a million
Oh.
times.
All right. I haven't.
So-
So tomorrow I'll be like, hey, enough. I'm done with it. Okay, so all species, cowcod, chuckleheads, vermilions, which are reds, we
Yeah.
call them. You saw a lot of all this stuff.
We saw a ton of everything.
Quality.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So it's the closures are working.
So and does Wiggy say the same thing?
Yep.
Okay, so because I respect his opinion. He's been in this game a long time.
Yep.
And if anybody were going to say, hey, this is BS, these closures, I would respect it. He's not saying that.
Nope. He's 100% on board as to whatever's whatever we're doing, it's flipping working.
So I like this because Wiggy is for data-driven arguments.
Yes.
With regard to this,
Exactly.
as opposed to some emotional. They're trying to put us out of business.
No, we're doing our darndest to make sure that there's fish for us and our kids and our grandkids and
So he doesn't have this myopic,
Nope.
short sight. He's looking at this in the long term.
Yep.
What's going to keep Southern California sport fishing vessels in business, not for the next 3 years,
exactly. I mean, being the owner of the Aggressor and Newport Landing, if there was anybody that I respected their opinion, it was with Mike Thompson. He's got this dialed in, and
Can I address Mike for 1 second?
Yeah, of course.
Mike, I want to say this, that I have so much respect for you. I don't care what Andrew says. I think you are 100% on the right track,
Yep.
right?
Absolutely.
You're in trouble now. No. All right. So good.
Yeah, we're moving in the right direction.
All right,
And
that
like,
sounds-
like I said last time. If you're upset about only being able to keep 4 reds instead of 3 or instead of 5, it's go out tomorrow and go catch more fish.
All right. We had a ton of questions here. So let's catch
Okay.
up with a few of these. Hey, Anthony, are you still around? All right. They want to know if he ate the heart. But I think, was that his first bluefin? Did he say? Where he goes,
Oh.
Did you eat the heart?
Oh, it was my first one this year.
Oh, okay. First
Yeah.
one this year. So he doesn't have to eat the heart.
But I did eat my first 30
He-
pounder on the Freedom and my heart of the first one, my first yellowtail on the Freedom.
All right.
So I've been blessed.
He did eat the first ones. All right. Tim P., any chance that we will be allowed to take black sea bass anytime soon?
That's totally up for
Debate.
yeah.
Has there been any science
No.
on that? No.
No.
So you got to have science, right? I mean, I guess they don't have to have science to close it down, but
Right.
I mean, by all empirical data, I mean, when you go on a trip, you see these things caught constantly now.
Yeah.
Nice to have a middle size.
But
on
that's
something
still
Yeah.
not science, as you know. I mean, you
Exactly.
seem tuned into the whole science thing.
So with the science thing, it's what we did. So if you want to dive into that,
Please.
it was same rod, same reel. Then we drop down, and you have 5 minutes to catch. Once you hit the bottom, you have to let the scientists know, and then you have 5 minutes to catch fish,
Okay.
and then
You mean to start reeling up?
well.
Oh, the
you
whole
have,
thing.
You have 5 minutes to be able to catch fish,
Okay.
and then once the 5 minutes is up, then you start reeling up, and you have to continue to reel after that.
Okay.
So, it's all same. It's we have to be consistent with everything.
Okay. Okay. Very good. 540 Slinger. That is my buddy Jeff Yeoman saying, good evening, Phil and the FA family. Good evening, Jeff. How about the 43? Is that going to open? Dan Smith wants to know, will the 43, did you fish the 43?
We did not. We didn't fish the 43.
Uh-huh.
So we
that
did.
place is good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So you didn't fish that, but I mean, you're talking about this rotating, the idea of that
Yeah.
happening. So that's great, man. I mean, because that is the best of both worlds, it sounds like to me, right? You're maintaining what's working, but at the same time opening up areas so that sport fishermen
Right.
can enjoy the resource.
And that it's something I talked to Christy about, and it's a being able to open up other areas
Yes.
while closing other areas. Rotate stock.
Yeah.
That would be best case scenario, and they take fin clippings so they can do DNA samples and stuff
Interesting.
like that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You were talking about how many generations there are out there now.
Yeah,
Since the-
exactly.
Wow.
There's
How
like
many-
3 or 4 different generations out on the Cherry Bank.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's flipping wild.
Wow. We're going to talk lobster in a little bit also. I'm just letting
Absolutely.
everybody know, Andrew, you can take people out lobster fishing. We're also going to do pokey. with Jen Amalfitano tonight. She's going to do that because her ceviche dish the other night was such a hit. So we're looking forward to that. Yellowtail 69 Wasabi. Don't watch Rookies. Listen to science. Sorry. I think he doesn't want to listen to science, maybe, right?
Okay.
If I'm misunderstanding you, let me know.
Sure.
Scott Bucher, Mission Bell, needs a few more people for Friday on their trip out of Point Loma sport fishing. My buddy Sean Hardigan runs that boat. Scott is on deck. Let's get on board the Mission Bell this Friday morning. They leave in the morning, come back in the evening. They do a really, really good job. Scott, thanks for checking in. You're a hard worker. We love you here at Freeman Adventures. Naughty Boy 78, can you tell us about hoop netting at night? Safe places for a first-timer. Long Beach Harbor, the best place.
Yeah.
I've done some research, but that doesn't compare to Friedman Family Info, brother. Man, let me just say thank you, first of all. And then let me introduce you to Andrew Killian, a nice lad from County Cork, right? Is that where you're from? No. Go ahead. So, did you get the question?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
So, I mean, anywhere where there's good rock structure, you know, you want to be in about 25 feet of water. I mean, depending on the tide, seems like low tide coming in this last week hasn't been good. High tide going out has been pretty much the best. I guess just, I mean, I don't know.
Come on, man. You know what's up.
Talk about bait, too.
Yeah.
What kind of
Oh,
bait?
yeah, so-
Talk about bait.
Sorry, this is my first time being
Don't
on
worry
this
about it.
podcast.
We're good with you. Go ahead.
You're going.
Okay.
I mean, I've been using dead sardines that have sat out for a couple days.
There you go.
Just fill that bait tube about 3/4 full. You don't want to stuff it full. I mean, you want to get some airflow through it or
So
water.
structure is super important, right?
Structure
you
is
want to set in your
absolutely
structure.
important.
Now you were saying, and I've heard this a million times before. You saw that rain out there and that little bit of wind. You said, "Oh man, they're going to crawl tomorrow."
Oh, yeah.
And so a lot of guys, lobster commercial guys, I hear them say it all the time. "Oh man, we had some rain. They're going to crawl tomorrow."
It
That's
just,
close to shore.
yeah, I think it just brings more nutrients in the water, gets the water dirty, more murky, just gets them moving.
How do you find the structure? So
Um,
this guy he wants to know how to find the structure. He's a
I mean,
novice guy.
anywhere along the jetties, the islands, just in the local harbor, Long Beach Harbor.
Yeah, he wants to stay in the harbor because the lights, definitely.
Yeah. You don't need to go out and beat yourself up. Go to Catalina. I mean, catch a lot of shorts. I mean, we've been doing good. We getting double digits almost every night.
That's great.
So I mean, for a 4-hour charter, you're taking home some lobster. You don't expect limits.
I'm expecting limits.
Yeah.
If I go
Hey,
tomorrow, I
well,
want
7
limits.
lobsters is a
Don't
lot.
give me this nonsense, man.
7's a lot.
I
I'm
mean,
just kidding.
eight lobster. That's a good haul for
8 now? I thought it was 7.
Well,
They got 8 between the two of them.
Oh.
yeah. I mean,
All right. Well, how do people, if they want to go with you, give a phone number?
so you can call us at 949-939-2647, or just look us up on the internet at fullspectrumsportfishing.com.
Cue Ball says, "What about starry-eyed snot gobblers? Plenty of them, yeah? LOL. Yes, are there plenty?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, there are plenty. Ed Nesbitt, Phil, I fish out of Port San Luis a lot, and the rock fishing is phenomenal right now for all species. Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
good up there. It's good everywhere, isn't
Yep.
it? I mean, it seems to be.
It's wide open right now.
Once again, not scientific.
Right.
You know, you can't go out on a day and say, well, we caught 5,000 rockfish, so therefore
Right.
the rockfish fishery is in good shape. That's not how science works.
Right.
Right.
Stampede,
But
tell 'em
it's still empirically at least is an indication that things are in pretty good shape.
Things are moving in the right direction as far as I can see.
Yeah.
So
Tim P, I'm putting my fishing gear away for the season. No trips planned for me this year
Tim P,
anymore.
don't do
So
it.
yeah,
Still
Tim
good.
P, dude, we still got we still have several months of awesomeness.
all right. Pando 56. During the rockfish survey, do you guys send fish back down, or do you guys have a fish taco party? That is one of the best questions. I love Pando 56. That's a great question.
So
You have to be honest now.
honestly, we send everything to the sea lions.
Oh, why? You mean they gobble them up when you're descending them?
Yep. Well, no, we don't descend them, but we do. We either eat them or send them back to Davy's locker. So.
Davy's Locker meaning
Davy-
not the Davy's Locker Newport Beach. Davy's
No.
Locker meaning
Yes.
to the deep blue sea.
Yes.
Okay. Well, all right.
So. That's,
But you don't use a descending device?
No, because they take the ear bone out.
Oh, I see.
And
I
so-
got you.
so
Okay. Now you're that's clear now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Science.
Yes, for science.
For science, you know.
And it's we do our best to try and catch as much as possible. That way we can get the most research data.
Right.
But other than that, everything we try and eat as much as possible, and then everything else goes through the sea lions. So, and even 170 miles offshore, yes, we still have sea lions, which is absolutely mind-blowing.
I know. It's a pain in the neck. No
Yep.
question about it. David Rosenthal says, "Good evening, everybody." Super good guy. In fact, do you remember the Mexicali family we helped? Their house burned
Yes.
down?
Yeah.
David went and got the those detectors, smoke detectors,
Mm-hmm.
because the kids were so freaked out about
Right.
sleeping after that. And so he got the smoke detectors, sent them over to me. David, you are the man. Naughty Boy 78. Port San Luis has some rock structure, but Morro Bay has rocks for miles up to the north. You can go up 20 miles to San Simeon, but be out of there by noon, or I sound like a moron reading this, don't I? Or at least come in closer. It can get windy. Yeah, I mean, Naughty Boy's right. That
Right.
whole zone up there, up to San Simeon, just awesome lingcod fishing, great
Oh,
fishing.
we caught some gnarly freaking lingcods.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So
Where's
Rick,
the pictures?
oh, you have my phone.
No, well, you can't have it.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Well, what kind of a TV show is you showing him
Sorry.
photos? Yeah.
You didn't
Well,
show me the
Hey, you're
link
bumping
card.
the microphone. Be careful
Oh.
there.
So, Rick, who used to own the Fury,
Yeah.
he caught 4 or 5 lingcod.
What's Rick's last name? Not Dozier, is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he caught a lot of lingcod.
Oh, really?
called
Was
him
he doing something different
the
than everybody
Ling
else?
King? No. It was,
Not the Lion King, the Ling King, huh?
Ling
Rick
King.
Dozier is the
Yeah,
Ling
see?
King, man. That
it
is
was-
freaking
It
awesome.
was just like
The luck of the draw.
happenstance. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
And dude, he fucking killed it. It was
They can hear you.
Sorry.
This is a family show.
sorry.
He's whispering to me like
they
no one's
killed
gonna
it.
hear it.
Yes. He flipping killed him.
All right, very good. Behave yourself. Remember,
Sorry.
I'm supposed to take
Sorry,
you
sorry,
home
sorry.
tonight.
Yeah, I know.
That's all right. Dan Smith. Now that the bottom fish season is shortened significantly for 2023, and they will close more spots, or any information on that yet? Are they closing?
Well, like,
Is
full
March?
season
Is
or
it
they
closed in
close
March
more
or not?
So they're from what I gathered from Noah, we're still waiting to hear the closure that may happen. That's gonna happen. That's gonna be
For January, like this year.
that's gonna be discussed.
Anthony, come on in here because no one can hear you out there. If you want to join in, you're
No,
more
listen,
than welcome.
I'm just
Yeah, then hang right here
Yeah.
because nobody can hear
So
you.
that's going to be discussed this 2023.
Yeah.
So things are still kind of up in the air at
All
this
right, but
point.
people are telling me that March is closed. Does anybody out there know anything about this? I should know something, but I don't. Mark Paisano Jr. said to me, well, we're not going to be able to fish in March. Now, I don't know if he's heard
like March
something
1st?
or what, but
So what I've gathered from the
wonder if it'll be like a
Noah
Friday night.
guys,
Yeah.
we're still up in the air.
okay, perfect. Perfect. All right, Anthony, did you want to say something?
Oh, I was
You're
just-
whispering back there.
I
so-
was just wondering, like, yeah, if that does happen, if if January 1st, or obviously January 1st it closes down.
Right.
But if we're going to take that break, and then if they're going to extend it to commercial boats or sport fishing boats or even private boats.
You don't know, right?
Yeah,
None of us know.
No,
Yeah, none of us
That
know.
was it.
It's,
That was the only question.
Are you a senator? Come
No.
on, make something happen.
You could be.
dude,
You want to be one?
no. I want to be a fisherman.
All right, well, you are that for sure. All right, very good. So, overall, this was Mike Thompson. How did he feel about it? Let's look at last year. Were you out last year?
I was not out last year.
Mike was though.
Yes.
Did he say this is way better this year? Or did he make any
We
comment
caught
about
way
that?
more fish this year than they did last year.
Which indicates some
Some
progress.
Yes.
The only thing though that you see, this is where the science so you could have a year with these closures where we get like warm water where rockfish don't spawn that well,
Right.
and then it's not due to the overfishing, it's just due to the oceanography.
Right.
And same thing with regard to really cold water. That's when they do their thing a
Exactly.
lot more. So it's hard to say, right?
Right.
But at least it seems like everything's on the fisherman's side this time.
We from what we did and the amount of fish we caught, it looks like things are in our favor. So the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration,
Yeah.
they can take that for what it's worth.
Okay, very good. Tim P says the screen is frozen.
I just fixed it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, sir. Victor Blackfin watching from beautiful Ensenada, Baja California. From Punta Banda, they caught more yellowfin tuna down there, by the way. The offshore scene out of Ensenada is awesome. About 10 miles out past Todos Santos Island. And he said the yellowfin tuna grew up today. Blackfin is located out on Punta Banda. Have either one of you two guys been out on Punta Banda?
I haven't.
Freaking awesome. It's so cool. And fishing in there on that coast
Tim.
is so beautiful. It's such a great place to fish. So that's where he's at, and he's reporting really good fishing. All right, Tim says we're good on the screen. All right, let's segue. I think, are we done with the rockfish? Anything else you want to talk about there, or that I missed? Any other incredible stuff?
What's going on with Newport Landing?
Come on in here if you're gonna. Just don't leave anymore, Anthony, because nobody can hear you over there.
I
So
was just
stay
curious
right there.
What's going on with Newport Landing and Woody and
Yeah,
the
we're going
guys?
to talk about that.
So Woody and Andrew, there we go. So Newport Landing, we have they caught yellowfin and dorado yesterday. So
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
we thought we were SOL.
There you go.
Yeah.
PG.
It was a long day.
Very
Yes.
good.
And thank you. And yeah, but we're back in the hunt. So-
It does seem like the last 72 hours to me, it is way more hit and miss right now.
Yes.
Agreed?
It's if you can find the patty that's holding.
Yeah.
We're back on the. If you can find the patty that's holding, then you're totally golden.
Yeah. Okay. I
But-
mean, same old thing,
Yeah.
right? But before, I mean,
It was-
back in the incredible days,
Yeah.
it was just like every single friggin' patty
Yeah,
was
it was
holding.
A month ago.
Flipping.
Yeah.
Yeah. A month
love
ago
that.
it was flipping wide open.
Incredible
Yeah.
days.
And
So-
now it's
Yeah,
like.
Call it, right?
Yeah.
Getting them to bite's a different
We
story.
lived through it.
Yeah, right, exactly. All right, Naughty Boy 78. There's a reef out between Cambria and Harmony. That's my favorite spot for vermilions. It's a little ways, but you can find it on Google Maps. A little intel for my bros to the south. Naughty Boy 78 sharing some info
Sick.
for
Awesome.
up
There you go.
there.
Awesome.
Good stuff. Thank you so very much. Back to the offshore bite. I think it's essential, you tell me, that you have some light tackle and some heavy tackle.
Yep.
Because you don't know what you're going to encounter.
It's we on our way back. The Dorado that I caught was on my Abbott HXW. Thanks to Tim with Rusty Hooks.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shit, you had a big boy rod on that one.
yeah, dude. And the thing's skipping across the top of the water because Mike didn't want to slow down, and it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Perfect rod then.
Yeah.
Or perfect reel, I should say.
exactly. You know,
Situation.
and it was 80 to 100-pound broomstick, and it was, dude. I was skipping this thing across the top of the water, and Mike's like, "We have a we have we have an appointment to make. We're not slowing down. Yeah.
Okay. So for you guys that don't know, an Avid HXW is like the badass railrod / yo-yo jig or knife jig / like all around big tuna reel. And my boy here was bringing it in 10 knots because he didn't want to slow down because he had an appointment to make. So that's what he's saying. So thank God he had that reel.
So, but yeah, other than that, I think we're kind of back on the Dorado.
Yeah, Dorado thing again. Yeah.
So, Mike Jensen, who I mentioned to you, wants to come
Right.
on next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Patriot. They killed it today.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
What'd they have? You don't have a phone. You don't get your
have
phone.
You have my phone.
You don't remember?
No, you have my phone.
Well, you said they killed it, so you must have had some knowledge
Yeah,
about.
they did
In one ear, out the other with him.
They did
Yeah.
really well.
What boat was that now?
The Patriot.
Oh, okay, the
Out of
Patriot.
Newport Landing.
Yeah, perfect.
So and that's Jake and Churro and Mike Jensen.
Patriot Sport Fishing,
Yep.
right? Those guys kick ass.
Dude,
I mean, they do so well
Yep.
that you put their counts to memory all the time. So, yeah, what was it again? Just kidding. It was a great day.
Yeah.
Okay, and, I mean, on the Thunderbird,
Oh
wow. That guy, day in and day out, man, he's slamming them.
I went to talk to Markland this morning just because they pulled in at like 6:30.
Yeah.
And he was somewhat zombie-ish, but
I'm
to
sure,
be,
man.
To be expected.
It's
after-
freaking October, and these guys have been burning it. And I'll tell you right now,
They're
this
burning it.
this
both
nighttime
ends.
bluefin is
Yeah.
awful on a crew.
Yes.
It's horrible on a crew.
Oh, for sure.
I remember being a deckhand out of San Diego, and man, when that albacore would get like 25 miles from the point, that sucked. I mean, you fish until 6 in the evening.
Right.
So you're getting normally you're kicking it for the barn if you're down there at 80 miles at, shortly after noon.
Right.
You get all your stuff done and you get 3 hours. Man, and now these poor guys, man, they're fishing all night long. I know they go to sleep, but when if it takes off, everybody's got to get up and start gaffing fish and dealing with it. And man,
Yeah, Goofy's up. He's
the cook.
yeah.
Yeah, Markland is an incredible fisherman.
Yeah.
I got to do a charter with him. Everybody's telling me to do one.
Dude, it's
You can help me facilitate that, right?
I can make that happen, and Markland is actually Mike Thompson's son-in-law.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. All right, perfect. Andrew, are you getting antsy? Do you need to leave or anything? We can let Anthony take his job.
Dodgers game's on.
And
there
don't
you go.
listen to Anthony, everybody. We want you to stay tuned here.
Yeah, if
please.
you wanna throw
Hey,
it in.
everybody, go watch the Dodger game. Good night.
No.
Go ahead. Are you getting out of here pretty soon, or do you have a little time? Because I want to pick your brain a little bit more. So
pick my
beside, but it'll be a short one, right?
Okay.
So when you do lobster, but do you do inshore? Do you do?
Yeah,
you don't go to Catalina though.
No,
do
we
you?
go to Catalina.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what kind of vessels do you have?
We have Robalo 246 Cayman.
Yeah.
It's about 25 feet long, and then another vessel, same Robalo Cayman 226.
Yeah.
So it's about 23. I mean, both boats are, one's powered by a 300 horse. And
Oh shoot, they
200.
book, huh?
Yeah, I mean, we cruise. I mean, when we're going over anywhere, we're going like 30, 35, and go anywhere you need to go with weather dependent.
Yeah.
So.
And local fishing right now is a little iffy, or
It's been a hit or miss. I mean, top water fishing for barracuda and bonito has been good. Bottom fishing's, thank you. Bottom fishing.
talking to the Mako shark.
Bottom fishing's been pretty good too.
Yeah.
But every day's different. So
Right.
it's fishing.
Yeah, right. And tackle wise, do people bring their tackle? or
No,
do you
we
provide it.
We provide everything, bait, gear, everything. All you just need to show up with your fishing license and ready to have fun.
Okay, perfect. And I assume the same thing with obviously with lobster. You got all
Oh yeah, just
everything.
biggest thing about lobster fishing is that people don't. We try to beat it in their heads to bring their lobster card.
Oh,
Because
right.
You can't
'Cause
go
you're
fishing
screwed without it.
Yeah, you can't go fishing without a lobster
And
card.
you have the gauges and all that.
Oh
stuff?
yeah, we provide everything.
Yeah. But they got to have a lobster card.
Yes.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Or the trip is scrubbed. Pretty
They-
much,
they,
right?
They better go to Big Five real fast.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So-
Only $11.
And
Yeah.
Not a lot of
so
Yeah,
when
it's-
you're Anthony,
It's
I'm gonna
$10
kill
for a
this guy
lobster
tonight.
card.
He's like Chef Jason.
You don't need to worry about filling it out. We'll fill it out for you. I mean, we'll do everything. We'll make sure you have fun.
Okay, perfect. And so, do you have openings on the weekends, or are you pretty booked up?
Pretty booked up on the weekends,
Yeah.
but honestly, I wouldn't want to go out on the. I mean, we go out on the weekends, obviously.
Too
'cause
much boat pressure.
There's way too much boat
Yeah.
pressure. I mean, I've already yelled at a few people for pulling up my pots, and I'm just like, what the heck?
And so you leave at what time in the evening normally?
So we like to get out there at least an hour before dark so we can claim our spot. Especially on the weekends, we like to get out a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Because you got to claim your spot, otherwise you're SOL.
So do you ever? I'm looking for some interesting stuff here now. Is there ever any altercations, verbal or otherwise, that take place?
Absolutely.
Okay, you have a good story.
I mean, I had a diver going into my pot once this year, and I was like, what?
What the F?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You
I mean,
saw the flashlight and everything?
oh yeah, the flashlight.
Get in here.
I mean, once they,
Nobody can-
especially divers, they, you should be a little bit more respectful when you're fishing around other
Right.
people because you can screw up the corral real fast.
Right.
So
And so, how about other guys like dropping traps where your traps are, or anything
I
like
haven't
that?
haven't had people put traps in between my traps yet this year, but it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You just got.
So you recommend like going on a Monday night, probably, right, or a Tuesday night, where
Yeah,
you can have
middle
less
of the
pressure.
week where everybody's getting home from work, still tired, and don't want to go fishing.
Yeah, right. And then you have the whole thing to yourself, pretty
Yeah,
much.
pretty much.
And you guys are fishing in the harbor and continuously doing pretty darn well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're doing good.
How cool is that?
Oh, these guys kill it.
Yeah.
So-
So I mean, what are you talking? Like a 20-minute run to your first drop, or
As-
not even?
I mean, the biggest part is getting out of the harbor and getting to the spot. I mean, it's leave the dock at 5, get to the spot at 5:40, throw your pots in, and just wait until the sun goes down.
What if you don't like pulling the? Do you guys pull them? Do you ever get clients out there who say, "I don't want to pull these things"? You pull them.
I cannot pull the pots safely and keep us off the
Oh,
rocks.
so they got to do this.
They got it. They have to. It's
Yeah.
It's,
Oh, you're that tight to the
Team
rocks,
sport.
then, huh?
yeah. We're
Oh, yeah.
we're within
20 feet.
10 yards of the rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to be on the motor 100% of the time.
Okay, gotcha. So there's no laziness involved.
There's no laziness.
Okay, I guess I won't be going tomorrow night. No, I'm kidding. It sounds like fun. Are we going tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Let's
are you,
do it.
you ready to go?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll be right there with you, man, shooting video.
There we
Hey,
go.
wait a minute. Is it just going to be you and me, or is there
Oh,
two guys per boat?
I'm coming.
You guys
You're going to be on the same boat?
Jason's
Yeah.
on another boat.
Yeah.
What?
And Anthony, you're coming too, Rhea.
I got a 13-foot whaler. If you guys think I could stay inside the harbor, I'm
Anthony,
down.
I don't know if anybody
Jay,
can
Jay,
hear
I'll,
you.
I'll talk
Jump
to my,
in here, Anthony. Grab
I'll
a
talk
chair.
to my business partner.
You sure?
I'll talk to Woody and see if he'll let you run the other boat.
Okay. Well,
Well, what I'm
I
saying
can run
is
the
I
wild
want to shoot a
card.
video. So if
Yeah.
I'm shooting a
I'll
video,
run-
who's
I'll
going to
run-
pull the trap?
I'll run the wild card, and then
This is a good
we'll go from
question.
there.
Right.
Now
See,
we have,
now we have logistical stuff.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That's an inside
somebody bring
baseball
beer.
thing.
That's
Yeah.
all it is.
All right,
Exactly.
October 23rd, don't forget, come to 22nd Street Landing right here in San Pedro, where we're going to celebrate our 1 millionth view.
Yes.
We've gone
And-
past that. You're going to be here,
Yep. And
and
Newport
Andrew's not
Landing-
going to be here. He's got to work and
And
provide a service. But
Newport Landing donated 2 half-day trips.
yeah, I appreciate that very much. Greg is out there. Greg's got all kinds of stuff. He's got stuff from Bass Pro, from you guys, from 22nd Street. He's doing a good job. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we need to raise some serious money here because we have so much stuff to send to Mexico. And there's no freaking way you're going to drive it across because you're just going to get screwed by
Right.
customs, Mexican customs. So we're going to have to pay somebody to do it, and they get a good price on the customs thing. So we'll see how that all goes. But thank you for helping us there.
Yeah, of
that means a
course.
lot. And why don't you want to come down to Mexico and help us hand out stuff?
Heck yeah.
Ooh.
What-
Did-
Oh yeah, are you
Well,
wanted down there or something?
No. I would love to, but I
He's
got to make.
wanted
I
dead
got,
or alive.
No, no, no. I mean, we're going in January during the week.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
they
I'll
might
go.
be able to do that. It'll be fun.
No,
Yeah.
we'll bring Andrew and Woody, and
Oh my God, I think Woody would scare those poor people down there. No.
Jesus.
I'm only kidding. All right, here we go. Tim P. I didn't hear much of a Red Sea come through this year. Any reason? When the red fungus layers the top. Okay, he's talking about red tide.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I think there was a red tide the other night.
There was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that still going on? Or?
I don't think so. I mean, we saw it when we were down in Point Loma getting fuel, and I definitely saw a red tide down there. But other than
I went
that,
surfing today.
I haven't seen
I
anything.
didn't see it.
All right, Rick Slater says, drop 50 pounds. We love you and want you alive. Tell Mamacita no more comida. Me? He's talking about 50?
Maybe.
what a jerk.
Yeah, what the hell, man? I've dropped 150. What are you talking about? But if you want me to drop another 50,
talking to freaking
I'll
this
be
guy.
down to 170.
El
I've never
Patrón
been
over
that
there.
weight in my adult life. The best I could get to is 185.
Don't work
When I
out,
was
dude.
living in Costa Rica. What is with these guys with all this freaking noise in the background? And these guys are drinking. I don't know what they're doing.
just
They got
super
the bottle.
excited.
Yeah, all right. All right, Dan Smith. Anthony. Oh, I don't want to get Anthony involved in this, do I? Anthony, Phil is going to give you the wooden spoon. Oh, yeah. Yes. You're right, Dan. I am. I love Anthony. I love him to participate, but when he's out there, nobody can hear him, and then the show gets all screwed up. If you want to be on, just come over here, Anthony. You got it. And when we throw these guys out of here, you'll be able to be on the show, and then they'll be out there going, "Ah!" And then people are like, "What did he say?" All right. Now I'm losing my friggin' train of thought here. So anyway,
worry.
yeah, really. Yeah, drop 50 pounds. I think he's talking about you. No?
I definitely would love to drop 50 pounds.
So I did.
I've
You don't
already
need to drop
dropped-
50 pounds.
I already dropped 30.
How much do you weigh?
I weigh 230 now.
Okay, you're like me, same weight as me, pretty much. I'm a little less than that, but I started up at 385
that
at one
shot.
point in time. So, I love the fact that we got all these distractions out here. You know, what the hell?
How do you have a podcast?
I got to put
here?
these two guys on here pretty soon because they're obviously
Yeah, they're-
craving to
they're-
be
they're-
on.
they're
I mean,
itching.
Please put me on. You know what's going to happen? I'll put them on, and then there'll be. I had a great day fishing. It's like it's freaking the volume. Like when they're not on, is like through the freaking roof, and then when they are on, it's like, yeah. Hey, what do you think, Jason? Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Like, oh my God. All right, let's see. So Newport Landing. What's the schedule there? What are the boats that you have running? Before I completely lose my train of thought, what are the boats you have running?
So
And
we got Patriots doing full day.
I'm gonna go back to drinking.
Yeah. No, the aggressor we've got. I think we've got charters, so we're booked up with that.
Yeah.
But the Patriots running full day, and then we have the freelance. They're doing full day, and the Western Pride is doing a full day. So that's kind of what we got going on.
Okay, very good. Hey, I'm going to just segue into something else here. And Andrew, if you got to go, I know you said.
I do have to head
Andrew,
out.
it's been a pleasure.
It's been a
Wait,
pleasure.
before you leave, give your company a plug one more time, please.
Okay, so our business is called.
And then on your way out, tell those guys to shut up.
All right.
I'm only kidding.
Our business is Full Spectrum Sport Fishing. Our website's deepsea-fishing.com. You can look up our website, or you can call us directly at 949-939-2647.
See, that wasn't too painful, was it?
Or on the Insta.
Oh yeah, we got a. Well, that's what he said. I don't know that bull.
All right, and on your way out, make sure you wave at everybody and put your face right in the camera. That's always
Okay.
good. Andrew,
All
thanks
right,
so much.
Dude,
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
appreciate
All right, hey,
Yeah.
Anthony, if you want to sit and take his seat,
Yeah,
please
yeah,
do.
Yeah, not yet.
You're the star of the show.
No, fuck you.
All right. Whoa! Kristen Croft just gave us $20.
that's my lovely wife.
Oh my God! Thank you so very much. We deeply appreciate that. I can eat again this week. Yes.
Perfect.
When you do a podcast, you go into it, and I knew this full well. At least 2 years of really a lot of hard work and no money.
Yeah, I totally
I
understand.
And I'm totally into that, but this kind of stuff really is lovely. Thank you so very, very much. I really appreciate it. So I was going to segue, and I don't know if you're comfortable with this or not, but I'm going to segue into it just for a second. Eddie Leland is going through this horrible cancer right now.
Yep.
In fact, what is today? Tuesday. So Monday was the day that he was going to get some info. I think I shared that with you.
Right.
And you immediately, as a cancer survivor, do you mind me saying that?
Yeah, that's totally
Okay.
fine.
As a cancer survivor, you said, I've been through this. I've been there, done this. I'd love to go talk to Eddie.
Yep.
And today, we just couldn't make that happen. But tomorrow, we're going to go. In fact, I think Tom Durr's going to go.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, first of all, thank you.
Of
I mean,
course.
that's lovely of you to do that. Really is.
It's, there's a, there's, for lack of a better term, you can't put a price tag, and you can't put, there's only so many things that it's like, thoughts and prayers and this and that only goes so far.
Yeah, I get that.
And it's a, hey, I've been there, done that, and
But you're not dissuading people from doing that,
Oh,
right?
no, not at all.
But on your end of it, I see it all the time. It's like enough of the thoughts of I want to get over this somehow.
Exactly. It's a hug, and we're gonna get through this, and everyone's here for you. I think that means more at the
Then thoughts and prayers and everything else.
thoughts and prayers, yeah. But I mean, it's more like
Some people actually believe, and I'm not, and I'm one of them in a way, that prayer actually works.
yes.
So yeah,
prayer
do you believe
does,
that, or
prayer does work? Yes.
I mean, and there may be atheists out there. I'm good with that. Whatever your thing is.
Whatever you want to believe,
Yeah.
and whatever you want to do, that's 100% up to you.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
I think that just that positivity that
Yes.
having a religion and a belief and a,
at least
I kind
a
of,
higher power.
yeah, right. We did do that in AA. I know when I first walked into the doors of AA, they go, well, you've got to believe in God. And I go, well, I'm out of here. Because
Right.
I had lost my faith.
Totally understandable.
And I slowly but surely got my faith back. And, I'm not perfect. Having your faith doesn't mean you're perfect.
Right.
I'm far from that.
Dude, we are.
You know that.
We are so far from perfect.
Yeah. But I was always really envious, especially of my wife, because she has and it's never faded, she has such a strong faith, and it gets her through so many difficult situations. The death of her younger brother, the death of her mother, these things that I thought would wipe her out.
Right.
Because I know how close she was with her brother Kristen. Many of you may remember that name because he had brain cancer, and we raised a lot of money, and we got him in to see the best brain surgeon in the world,
Wow.
Dr. Keith Black, with the help of his nurse. And I just walked into that office one day. I found out who the best guy, I said, let's just go to the top here. I walked in, and there was a girl, Suzanne Bryan. We are still friends. And I told her about my plight. And I told her, I don't have the money to do this, but I've got this Costa Rican wife looking at me saying, Felipe, please do help me. And I couldn't stand it.
Right.
I couldn't stand to look at her. So, if you don't have the resources, you go try to talk your way in. And she said, don't worry about it. You got an appointment tomorrow, I think it was. And in to see Dr. Keith Black, the guy, I think he was on Time Magazine and all this stuff. And he was great. He helped us a lot. But so, I mean, this is a tough time right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's rough because it's there are times when you look at it and you're like there's no way shit can get better.
Yeah.
And it sucks.
Yeah.
And I just want to be able to go talk to Eddie and just tell him, like, dude, better times are ahead.
Right. That's what I keep telling him.
We're getting close.
Yeah, I keep telling him that because, him and I, we want to do a surf fishing
Yeah,
guiding thing
exactly.
together.
Exactly.
He loves going to Mexico. I want to take him down
Yep.
to Mexico. I mean, I'm dying for him to get better because I miss those times with him.
Yeah, and we're on the verge of him being better.
Yeah.
So it's only a matter of time.
And I think since you've been through it and you came through okay,
Mm-hmm.
that you're talking to him means a lot more than me or anybody else.
Exactly.
You've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone who can relate and just, it's not just like, oh, well, friends, thoughts and prayers, this and that is, I've been down this road, and yeah, I know what it's like to be in his situation. So we're gonna get through this.
Naughty Boy 78. Ed Leland is the coolest guy. Go back and watch his interview for some great stories. Yeah, you are so right, man. I'll tell you that right now. Anthony Amalfitano, love you guys. We love you too. We were sitting in Sam De La Torre's tackle. Eddie's done like 3 interviews here, 3 podcasts. But we were sitting, and Eddie was talking about the old days on the Redondo barge.
Yes,
and he had an audience. But the backstory is, I'm sitting there with my jaw hanging open listening until Sam came over and kicked me in the leg and said, "Why aren't you videotaping this?"
Right.
And I go, "Oh, you're so right." And I just cranked it up and started videotaping. And did you watch that show?
I did.
Wow, right?
Yeah, one thing that we stress about with my grandparents is they're to the point where anything that they say, we want to videotape. That way we have recording, because it's, stuff that's said from my grandfather, who's now 93 or 94.
Right.
It's, listen, because you're never going to hear it again.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
So
I hate to say this, and many of the guys that I'm interviewing who are up in age, I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm thinking the same thing myself. I'm getting old too, that I need to preserve this history.
Right, exactly.
I need to get this. Mike Reed. I'm not saying Mike Reed's going to, I'm just saying he's getting up in age. He came in here with Eddie Leland, and there was just gold coming out of his mouth that's lost forever if it's not on a podcast or something.
I was trying to record Mike Thompson because they went and bought the Patriot in Florida, and then they sailed it through the Panama Canal.
How bitchin', right?
And like the story, like I was listening to that story, and I'm like, Jesus, this is gold. Like you said. Yeah. Like most people don't understand what it took to get that boat here, and it's an amazing story.
Yeah, absolutely. Going through the locks, the Panama Canal.
Oh yeah, and they had to throw their guns overboard when they got into Mexico.
Oh yeah, that's always a good idea.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm supposed to say that or not, but
you said it.
That's what they did.
I think the statute of limitations is run out.
It's way long gone.
So I went down to Mexico. Just speaking of guns and stuff like that, you can't even have, like, I don't even know the proper terminology because I don't have any guns or don't know anything about them. I'm not against it. I think law-abiding citizens should have guns. I think that makes our society better. I'm just professing my ignorance about it. So if I say something that sounds stupid, it's because I am with regard to this subject. You can't even have like a shell or the casing in Mexico in your car. So I go to Mexico, and so I'll say it too. Well, I'm going to get myself into trouble. We're smuggling in a bunch of clothing and stuff to go to an orphanage. Okay? So you don't go through San Isidro. I'll tell you that right now. Tijuana Customs is brutal. They nail you every time. So you go through Tecate, which is smaller. Okay. I am going to get my tail from trouble. And we got through. So we go through, and, we could have, if they would have seen it, they'd have pulled us over, gone through the car. Hey, what's this? What's that? What's that? So we're on our way to this orphanage, which is between Tecate and Tijuana, one that we just happened to find.
Right.
Like a couple trips before. There's several Catholic nuns out there. It's a great place. And so Andrew has to pull over to take a leak. So he takes, I shouldn't even say his name. This guy wanted to pull over and take a leak. So he's taking a leak, and I'm like, playing, and then I like open the ashtray. There's freaking bullets, like 20 bullets in the ashtray. And I look out and I go, seriously? And he goes, what? And I go, you got freaking bullets in your ashtray? What the? And he goes, yeah, it was a Boy Scout thing. What's the big deal? And I go, the big deal is we're going to be in freaking La Mesa Penitentiary for 2 years.
Yeah, exactly.
I take them and I just like throw them. I go, dude, you can't bring.
Yeah, that's not.
You got to be really careful.
Not allowed. Yeah.
No. I mean, and man, when we're smuggling in contraband, clothing and stuff, that's when you get pulled. Oh my God! Thank God I avoided that one. All right, you'd have been doing a GoFundMe page for a bodyguard at La Mesa Penitentiary. You know how that works at La Mesa Penitentiary? They just throw you in. You don't even have a cell unless you can afford one.
Oh, wonderful.
And then you're just like vulnerable. So you better have some money to hire a couple big guys to watch your back. And so it's brutal. So, I mean, I've heard the stories. All right, fresh one. Fishing and camping. I always introduce new people to any kind of fishing, and it's amazing how they never experienced it. And once they catch something, they're hooked, like my buddy Steve caught his first yellowfin tuna and mahi-mahi. Yeah, it is amazing, isn't it? It's such an exhilarating feeling, kids especially, but even adults, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'm sure you see that all the time over there at your landing, right?
All right, so it'll be fine.
It's wild to see, people who have never been fishing before and just kind of show up and roll the dice.
Yeah.
And they come out and they're like, oh shit. Like they're oh snap. Like
I caught a
this
fish.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like I caught a fish. This is amazing.
Right, and then you surround it with the whole experience about being out on the water and you're seeing the dolphins and the whales,
Right.
and breathing the fresh air, and then you go home and you eat it,
Yes.
and then you say to yourself, "Oh my God, I've never had anything that good before in my life."
Exactly.
Anthony's kids are here. We love Anthony's kids.
What's up? Do I get a
come in here.
Oh, good,
Do I
get
get
in there.
knuckles? There we go.
We got
Oh, you get a
There we
hug
go.
too. All right, so Jen, Anthony's wife, has some pokey. We're going to get to that in just a little bit. Hey, what's up, buddy?
dude?
Sit there.
Ouch,
Hey,
man.
what's up to James?
Knuckles.
Watch that shark. He'll
There
bite.
we go. Yeah,
All
he's
right.
gonna bite you.
All right, kids are here. Everything is well in the world with the kids here, right?
Yes.
Our future.
Fishing hooks.
Yes,
And
and fishing hooks. We got all that.
So good.
All right, so, I mean, first time fishing is always really, really great, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Nighttime fishing for bluefin tuna, is that still going on? What's the big fish on the Thunderbird lately? They had one that was
They had
270 something, right?
Yeah, it was 2.
70 something, I
Yeah.
think. This one like
So-
2 days ago.
I talked to Markland this morning, and it was
The zombie?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was 270-ish. So
Does Jeff Marklands, because I've never hung around him, I just had him in here one time. Does he have his wicked sense of humor that I
He's-
imagine he would? He seems witty,
yes.
and that he'd be funnier than hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
I mean, you could see that with the guy. He's,
Yep.
He's a
He-
smart guy, witty,
Yep.
and he's got to have a fun. I mean, because even the stuff that, I mean, he's got a tremendous following on social
yeah.
media.
Oh yeah.
You know, I wish I had 1/3 of what he gets in
Yeah, I
social
know.
media. Yeah. And so, but I see sometimes, man, he's really funny.
There's no holds barred when it comes to Markland's responses.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
No limit on whitefish.
Anything else you
Yeah.
want to say before we get Anthony in here so he's
I got
not
a
out
question.
there
There's a
making
question.
noises
I don't
out
know
there?
the answer, but I put it. No limit on whitefish, right?
Oh,
no
yeah.
no limit on whitefish.
Yeah, no limit on whitefish.
There's no limit on
on
whitefish?
CP.
Nope.
What are you talking about?
No, there was a question.
Oh,
So I just
Yeah,
said no.
there's no limits on whitefish.
Okay, cool.
you can take as many whitefish as you want?
Yeah.
He said-
You're crazy.
Yeah,
No, you can't.
you can.
You can't.
Yeah,
You can take 100 whitefish?
there is no limit on whitefish.
Somebody Google that. It's 10.
TP asked. He said, "What's the minimum on whitefish?" And I said, "There's no."
Oh, the
limit."
minimum size?
No, on
Oh.
whitefish. There's no size limit.
Right.
No, there's.
Huh?
Take limit on whitefish?
Yeah. They're not like freaking sand dabs.
I thought there wasn't. I thought it was a. I thought
Oh,
it
there's
was
a limit on whitefish.
Are you sure?
I'm positive because those guys try
You
to
have my
get.
phone, so
Oh, he
Anthony,
said.
I was under the impression.
Google it.
10.
Okay, he said 10. There's 10.
Yeah, it's 10.
There's no size limit.
What the hell? You're the expert on the show and you don't know.
I'm
There's no size limit. There's no size limit.
All right, there's no size limit, everybody. Let's switch this real fast so you look good.
Quick.
Yeah, you meant size limit, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes.
course.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to a few more questions here. All right. 10,
yeah, that-
10
that-
fish limit. He's asking about size, and
Oh,
there is no size.
no, there
on
is
it.
no size
Yeah,
limit
right.
on it.
That's what you meant to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Travis Bright. Travis, he's on our next Relentless trip coming up here pretty soon. Javier Lopez,
they said
10 fish. Because that's when the guys get like 10 rockfish, then they
Right,
go
so
white
it's-
fishing,
it's
and then they get, because you can't have a
4
total of more than 20 fish.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Sorry. That's my fault.
all right.
See, now you're getting
Let's
me
get
in
Anthony
trouble.
in here so he'll be completely
See,
silent
now
now.
he's getting me in trouble.
I know. Hey, wait, before you run off,
I'm not
what
running
is.
off anywhere.
All right, well, I know, but give Newport Landing a plug.
Oh, so Newport Landing, you guys can give us a call at area code 949-675-0550.
Now you got Greg Bates out there.
Yeah, I know.
We're doing fine.
Greg, do you want to be on the show tonight? All right. We got a meeting
you-
after this, right? Yeah.
You talked to Sterling, right? Yes.
All right. He's the guy that's doing all
Yep.
the fundraising.
I'll take
All
care
right.
of that.
Anthony, it's good to have you here where
Oh
you're
my
on
God.
the microphone finally.
I know. I'm
People
so
can
excited.
understand you now. Yeah,
So-
you are.
Dude.
What are you excited about?
Okay, so I got to go out on a private boat, and
Oh, we're going to talk about your experience.
we don't have to.
Yes, no, that's what I want to talk about.
No, we don't have to. But
What do you mean we don't have? What do you want to
But
talk
yeah,
about?
no, I was so close to the island. I thought it was just so unique, you know.
Okay,
and I was
go.
I was
Yeah.
so excited. So, a couple days ago, got to go on a private boat, and we were kind of monitoring things and the water temperature, and I wanted to hit the 499.
Yeah, on the backside of
Yeah,
Cat.
and kind of come like over. So, long story short, we end up on the east end of Clemente. We're marking all kinds of fish. There was let's just say there was quite a few sport boats that were in the area.
Yeah.
And we were listening.
Long range boats also?
Long range boats.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're kind of listening to what they're saying, like, okay, guys, 120 feet, 180 feet. So I'm trying to do my best to keep up with what's going on. Well, I'm looking through my tackle box, and I was a guest on this boat, so I was trying to really keep it slim.
Were you good friends with this guy?
Well, it's my first time on his boat,
Okay.
to be honest.
Yeah.
And I was really trying to keep my tackles slim.
Got it.
I brought 2 rods, and I brought a Plano tackle box that fit in my backpack.
Okay, perfect. Sometimes that'll do it.
So for whatever reason, I threw a Shimano butterfly flat fall and some weights with some rubber bands.
Yeah.
Because I said, God forbid I get caught in the deep. I don't have anything with me. I know we're going to go Dorado and yellowfin fishing. We were targeting yellowfin. This is what was going on 4 days ago. So we get up there and we think we were full on yellowfin fishing. We were light tackle, fly lining. I
Chasing dolphin pods? Or
Chasing
what?
dolphin pods. We're right off the Fury. We're right off the Top Gun 80. And we're getting nothing. All of a sudden, he's telling me, oh, we're marking them at 180 feet. So I throw a 6-ounce sinker on. Did what I call the 2.0 sinker rig, right? Because there's the 1.0 where you had the regular sinker rig on the rubber band. And then we modified that to the wraparound. And then we did the modified where the sinker's on the bottom, the hook is kind of in the middle, almost like a drop shot.
Yeah.
So we've gone through these. So
Your microphone's gone for some reason. Hang on, ladies and gentlemen.
so when we did this time around, I wanted that bait to be free swimming.
Yes.
So I decided to go with what I call the 2.0. Hooked the rubber band, did the circle hook through it. Went with the 2 or the 2.0 or the 3.0 bigger hook, circle hook.
Yeah.
Probably about a 3-foot leader off that weight. And as I was going down, they say go slow, go slow, go slow. I felt nothing. I was going down. I felt nothing. And everyone says when you feel nothing, you're on.
You mean you went slack like?
I went slack.
Okay, yeah.
Completely slack.
Right.
And I have a 6-ounce torpedo on this weight.
Right, it shouldn't be slack.
So once it went on, I go, I think I'm on. the grin came out, and it was it. It was game on. And I had 40-pound fluorocarbon on at the time, and I think it was just a matter of luck, of going with that heavier line. Nobody was doing the sinker rig, and I was the only guy that caught a bluefin on the boat.
Oh, right on.
Everything else was.
But you were
yellowfin.
paying attention when they said they're deep.
Everything else was yellowfin. We caught some smaller grade. I'm going to talk about that later.
Yeah.
'Cause I got some good action with that on the Zakana. Oh, but I have a certain way to tie that Zakana, and there's a little trick to that Zakana. But yeah,
All right,
we had
cool.
a great trip, and you know what? I caught my best bluefin of my life. Yeah, it was 50 pounds, and you know, I wish it was a 100-pounder, but the truth of it is
come on, man.
50
Yeah.
pounds, yeah.
Yeah, what are you talking about? That's a
So-
bison fish. Yeah, and you've been dying to do it. Broken hand, all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff
My
going
birthday's
on.
tomorrow.
It is?
Yeah.
Happy birthday. How do you say happy birthday in Italian?
Italian? I don't
Is
know,
it close
man.
to Feliz Cumpleaños? It might be,
I live in
right?
San Pedro. We know more Spanish than we knew Italian.
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly. So that's great. Happy birthday, man.
Thanks,
and what a
man.
great way to celebrate.
Yeah, it was amazing.
So do you want to grab that Daiwa Sakana and do that?
Yeah, I just kind of want to show you guys. I did have some luck on the bluefin, but I had some great luck on the yellowfin too.
Yeah. What's up, sweetheart? How are you? Ow! Man, that is hard. It's your daddy's birthday?
Yes.
Is that cool? All right.
I
Perfect.
have pumpkin.
I know. You see that pumpkin up there? Yes. Happy Halloween. Ow! Boy, you are tough, let me tell you. All right, go ahead. Anthony.
So, the reason why, and you see in the picture, when I caught that bluefin, we were super, super close to the island.
Yeah.
We were chasing porpoise. So, this is a Daiwa Proteus rod with a Daiwa 400 Lexa, and this is the little Zakana.
How many grams is that?
This is a 40 gram.
So if you can hang around the mic, it'd probably be good. Or you can show it real quick and then run back. There you go.
I don't.
So if you guys can see, I was getting hit. I was getting hit constantly, over and over, on this 40 gram. It was getting multiple hits. I was sinking about 17 to 20 seconds, counting it out, kind of like Phil said. And you see these teeth marks? It was non-stop. Every time. I mean, they're 8 to 10 pound, but we were catching the yellowfin like that, and it was all on this Zakana. The Zakana has a little bit of a split ring on the front. All I do is tie on the solid part so that your ring, the line won't get caught on the split ring. And the way that this,
Can you show that a little closer to
the
that?
way that this is not like a Colt sniper, the way it's
Everybody.
horizontal versus vertical, it creates this swim pattern that I mean, when you pull this in at the right speed, the swim pattern on this is completely different than the Colt sniper. So I think that was a little bit of the key. But hey, the proof is in the pitting. All these teeth marks are from yellowfin, and I just want to let you guys know, 40 grams Zakana, straight chrome. Throw it on your Proteus, throw it on the Daiwa 400 HD Lexa. You can cast all day with no backlash. You guys are going to love it.
Excellent stuff. I love it. And man, talk about hitting our sponsors full speed.
But
Good
it's
job.
not like that. It's really...
Well, you're not making this up.
No, this is for real.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
It's awesome.
You got a Daiwa shirt on? Oh my God.
Yeah.
They're going to love you. I love you. Good job. So when are you going to get out again, Anthony?
So we just...
What about Jason's boat? Should we get Jason in here?
yeah.
Is it time to get him in? Come on in, Jason.
We just did a repower
Chef
today.
Jason is here. He's more under control this week than he was last week.
I'm always out of control.
Yeah, no, not tonight. You look better. I mean, you don't look like last week. All right, so you guys have a boat. Are you partners in the boat or what?
No, it's Jason's boat.
It's my boat, but
Yeah.
he's helping me out with the motor and what we're trying to repower right now. So that's what we're in the middle of right now. We're about 95% there, so we're hoping
Yeah.
we'll be done here in the next day or two. We were hoping to get out last week, but there's always, once you start, it always takes 3, 4. Any of you guys out there that have a boat, if you say it's going to take you an hour, it's going to take you
2 hours.
or 3. So
Yeah.
just take it like that. So
South Coast Drew wants to know: did you change the hook on the Sakana or go with the hook that's on there?
No, I went with the hook that was on there, and then when I went with, I kind of did the sinker rig. What would you call that? I don't even. If I say sinker rig, everyone thinks
Thinks a sinker.
sinker rig.
Oh, you're talking about the sinker with the
sinker
treble
on-
hook on
Yeah.
it?
So I put a treble hook.
Yeah.
And did that, and so the guys weren't getting down as fast. I had a buddy that was with me that dropped down with 30, and he got bit off right away. So I don't know if the bluefin just swallowed it. We were going for yellowfin. Nobody really thought that there was bluefin in that area.
Yeah.
We were so close to the island. But when he got bit off and I landed my fish, we were like, oh my God, it's bluefin. We're on. And it just happened that I had 40-pound fluorocarbon. And
Thank
just,
God,
yeah,
right?
I just held on, yeah.
Yeah, Jeff Yeomans from 540 Slingers calls it the Joker jig.
The joke, dude. I told if you
Maybe
guys
the
looked
choker
up 3
jig.
weeks ago, you guys know that I wanted to do it, and it was stupid, and it happened, and it was I was high-fiving everybody. I don't know how else to say it. I was thanking the captain to the boat, and it was all high fives.
Did you eat any of that fish yet?
Oh yeah. Well,
Jen's been making it?
so the bluefin that I've caught, it was a 50.7 pounds, and Jen has pokey on deck, deconstructed pokey that she's gonna make a poke bowl for you guys on camera, just kind of like we did the ceviche bowl.
Beautiful. I can't wait. That's
Awesome.
coming up here in a few seconds,
Yep,
right?
I can't wait because I get to eat it too, and I'm not having to cook the whole thing, or make it. So
All right, so we got the Relentless trip coming up, right? You're going on that?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going on that.
That should be fun.
Yeah, it should be great.
Then
mean,
I
it's-
think we're gonna shoot across the border and then go down and fish
Oh,
with
That's what I'm hearing.
Victor
I
Blackman.
just
I'm
found out
coming.
from Bob about
Yeah.
that, so I was like, "Oh, I haven't heard about that one yet," but I haven't talked to you since last week. So
Yeah.
I know you're trying to put it in the works, so yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Go down that way, as opposed to going back up here to Tip Top. Have breakfast and come back
Yeah.
up.
Well, you can do that on the way back from Mexico.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
do it on the way back that way. So
Yeah.
We're doing Telefonico reviews as
Oh,
we're
there you go.
going.
Yeah. Are you going?
I
can't, right?
I can't go to the other trip, but I want to go
To the
do-
Baja part of it?
Yeah, and either do a little giveaway.
So the
Me
Baja
and Phil
part
were
of it
kinda
is
talking
November
about that.
1st.
There you go.
Yeah. So I mean, if you can do that, all you got to do is make it down to.
yeah, he can meet us. He can meet us when we get off
Rosarito.
the boat, and we're all
birthday.
waving.
No,
and-
but that's Halloween, and he's going to be with the kids, right?
That was the issue, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, I
all
get
good.
it. I get it.
Halloween, got to do what I can.
Right. Right. We'll figure it out. We'll discuss this when we're not on a show, right? And what else can I tell you? All right. Well, should we move into the poke?
Sure.
Yeah, part of it.
Oh, first though, Dodgers are winning 2-0.
Oh, that's right. There's a whole bunch of people on here.
Go
Tim
Dodgers.
P. 2-0 Dodgers. Bottom of the second. Steve Bermudez. Go Dodgers. And it's amazing. We've got people watching this with the Dodgers
This is
on.
actually
Right?
a
It really is.
That's
Yeah.
what I said.
All right. So we're gonna have. Oh my God, Jen has all this great stuff coming in.
I'm gonna move back.
Yeah, are you gonna stay on here?
Yeah, I'll stay for a
Perfect.
little
All right. So why don't you talk about what pokey is, what culture produced it, and it's like ceviche in a way, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's like ceviche in a way. It's just not cooked. I guess you can have some where it's like seared a little bit and
Yeah.
then you chop it up. It's going to be a Polynesian thing. I was in Hawaii for a little bit, so
Yeah.
definitely people think of poke as being from Hawaii.
Jen, how are you? Good.
So everybody thinks of poke as being from Hawaii. Pretty much, you can make it in a bunch of different ways. But the main ingredients is having a very fresh fish, whether it's tuna or albacore or even ono. You can make it out of a lot of different kinds of fish. But it's usually shoyu or soy sauce is what they call it in Hawaii.
Yeah.
It'll be that as main ingredient, and the other one is going to be sesame oil. And that's like your two main ingredients for the flavor.
I love sesame oil.
Oh,
That
definitely.
flavor,
that
don't you?
makes the big difference. And then pretty much,
Stacking it?
What's that?
Can I just start stacking this up?
Yeah,
Yeah, go
sure.
for it. Yep.
Absolutely.
and pretty much, you can add whatever you like to it. I like to add avocado sometimes. You always want to add some onions, whether they're green onions or white onions. I like to put seaweed salad in there, chop it up a little
Ooh,
bit,
that's
mix
nice.
that in.
Yeah.
It's really up to you. I mean, you can make poke with even yellowtail. I mean, we've done hamachi, which is pretty much baby yellowtail in Japan.
Yeah.
And we've made it with that before. It's just a matter of what you like. You're welcome to add all those different ingredients and mess around with it. Jalapenos. I mean, go to Hawaii and go to a place that has poke. And there's going to be 10 different kinds, 20 different kinds of pokies. So whether it's spicy or not, with mayo, all those different kinds of things. So if you're making poke, just get the 2 items, like we said. Get some good soy sauce, get some good sesame oil, toasted sesame oil. And those are what you start with, and then change it from there, however you like it, whatever you are in the mood for.
Perfect. Let's segue to Jen Amalfitano. How are you?
I'm excited.
You
I'm
are?
good.
Why?
Yeah. Well,
Because you're on the Freeman Adventures
I
podcast.
am. That's
You're back by
he brought
popular
it up.
demand.
Am I?
Yes.
That means a lot, you guys. Thank you.
And I will be honest with you. Part of it is these guys all want to eat your food all the time,
I
and
know,
they're loving
right?
it.
I know, right?
And you're always like so nice because you're asking about keto stuff and getting that all together.
Well,
So
gotta make sure,
that's
gotta
really
make sure
great stuff.
Everyone gets what they can have.
Yeah.
In the right manner.
All right. So go ahead, take
All right,
over.
well, we
We're
got-
doing. What are we doing?
We're doing pokey tonight.
Yes.
We're doing pokey, and it's not going to look pretty, but you're going to get all the info to make a great pokey. And here's your ingredients. All right, so let's do it. Fish, bluefin, like Chef Jason said. You could do it out of yellowfin, yellowtail too. This is bluefin fresh caught off Anthony's friend's boat that he caught. We got some out there. I'm just gonna make
They're having a little bit of hard trouble hearing
my
you.
bad.
So if you could
Okay.
speak up just a little more. Perfect.
This is the ingredients. We're gonna do just one recipe. All the rest is out there. All right, let's start. Beautiful bluefin.
Yes.
Okay, take your bluefin.
Gorgeous.
You want to chunk it up, and then you want your ingredients. Let's talk about
Size is
The
your
sauce.
preference too. When you're chopping it up, it's up to you.
yeah. So when you're doing the ceviche we did a couple weeks ago,
Right.
For me, I think the flavor is in the salsa that you're making. When you're doing the poke, I think the flavor is all in the sauce that you're cooking it in.
Okay.
And these 3 ingredients right here.
What are those
Okay?
3 ingredients?
We got the soy sauce. I would marinate it like in whatever poundage of fish you have. Take a quarter of that and go a cup of that for your soy sauce.
Okay. Got it.
So for instance,
So if you have a pound of
Tuna.
bluefin, pound of the fish you're using, quarter cup. We're just doing a little bit because we're doing one recipe right here.
Okay.
Well, one bowl.
Yeah.
All right.
And you
Little
can
bit.
always start lighter, and you can
Yeah.
always add more.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it all depends. Sometimes it's more fishy or not. Sometimes you need more soy sauce, so taste it as you go.
Okay. Perfect.
Soy sauce is going to be what you're putting most in.
Okay.
Second ingredient is what you're putting in the second most amount in. This is the sesame oil. This is like sunshine in a bottle.
So good, right? Yeah.
Sunshine, Hawaii in a bottle. It just, it transforms everything. So that's enough. And then a little to kind of bring that whatever you call it, the savory flavor, bring it back a little. Add just a little tad of the rice vinegar.
Beautiful.
Out of what?
Just a tad of the rice vinegar.
Okay.
Just a tad. Oh, don't forget this. This makes it pretty.
And it
makes
also
it
adds
pretty.
some flavor, right?
Is what?
The sesame seeds. Yeah.
Okay.
Sesame seeds makes it pretty.
And
Adds some
if you're
flavor.
cool, you can always toast them.
Yeah, and sometimes you can actually buy the toasted ones, and then the sesame oil also comes toasted, and that's just gonna like bring out the flavor. I don't think that's necessary. Fine, got what I got.
Yes.
All right, so then the other ingredients I like are the green onion, garlic. Let's actually put a little garlic in there. So the garlic can marinate, right? Garlic can start cooking with the fish. This is acidic, and this is this one, these two. That's what's cooking your fish.
Okay.
That's the acid.
I didn't know soy sauce cooked your fish.
It doesn't necessarily cook it, but it's going to flavor
It's like-
it,
it's
and
like
it's going to put a
acidic.
coating on
Yeah.
it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then just chunk it up,
That looks so good.
right?
Yep, and size is preference here because we're not worried about ceviche cooking it all the way through or anything like that.
Right. Yeah.
Just to coat it as a sauce.
Yeah, so the ceviche, you want to cook that fish. It's a white fish more you're using, like crabs or whatever. You want to cook that thoroughly. This is kind of like a half between sashimi and and like cooked fish, basically. So mix that in. This you literally can, if you got fresh fish, you can eat this pretty much. You can do this right away. I prefer it to sit a few minutes, or like
Smells. The smell is
more.
so good.
Oh, it works for sashimi just to
Dude,
dip
and
into.
this- That's the smell. The sesame
I know.
oil. It's
I
just-
know.
Love it. Okay. I'm not a fan of putting the avocado in while it's marinating. I think, I don't know.
I'm going to agree with you on that.
It depends. There's two ways to do it. Sometimes you want the avocado in there all mashed up to be a part of the sauce.
Yeah.
And that's fine on certain kinds, like the kinds that have mayo and those kind of things. But definitely you want to add it in last if you want it to stay whole, because it's just going to
Yeah.
fall apart.
Yeah.
And I even
Yeah.
like to make it look nice and put it right on top.
Yeah, right.
Like sliced nice and fine.
Yeah,
So-
right. Presentation's
Yeah, look at the
important.
pictures
Yeah.
of my food. It's always something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Well, it's a ceviche too, the same idea.
Yep.
So the green onions can go in now. They can go in later.
Use them as a garnish.
Not
Both.
a big deal. Yeah. So let's do that. Let's do half. Let's do half.
Yep, and that's pretty much what the avocado is, a
And then
garnish.
all this.
Yeah.
So all that's mixing in.
God almighty, that smells good.
Where's the rice, babe?
Gotta have the rice.
And what's your favorite thing,
Do
Jason? Come
yourself
on.
a favor.
Use finger.
No,
Use finger.
Instapot.
No, the
Instapot.
Instapot. The
Instapot too.
Instapot.
And this tiny guy is great.
This has saved me an unbelievable amount of time. Get yourself
Buy
an
an
Instapot.
Buy yourself an Instapot.
Buy yourself Instapot. So we're just going. Okay, so give
We're
yourself
gonna
a
get
little.
sponsored by Instapot.
Right? Yeah. If you're listening, Instapot, I love your product.
Yeah.
All right.
So does Phil Friedman.
Little rice on the bottom. That's not a little. All right.
That's
Rice
perfect.
on the bottom.
Perfect.
How do you make a quick poke bowl? Come on, babe.
All right. Let's go. Wait, okay, I need that. The sauce. So it's like when we did the ceviche, you're taking the fish out of the sauce. I mean, not out of the cooking liquid, out of the lime, and then you're doing that. But this you're using the sauce. So let's just get this out here on top.
Yum, that looks so nice.
Thank you for helping me,
Thank you,
Sophia. I
Sophia.
really appreciate that.
Good job, sweetheart.
Okay, and that's a kind of a preference on.
Man, that looks
on
good.
How much
You
sauce.
need that sauce for the rice
Wow.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a messy person here.
And how
That's
we
all
do-
right.
We're in
That's it.
Hawaii, babe. What's the one thing we love when we're in Hawaii? Lots of mayonnaise and lots of sriracha, right?
Oh yeah. So this right here, that's your poke bowl. That's your poke bowl. Now, I need a napkin now. Let's talk about sauce.
All right, Jim will be right back. What do you
Yep.
think so far? Is this looking good?
Heck yeah, it smells awesome. I can't wait to try it. We got a big bowl outside, so it's gonna be
Oh, really?
great.
Yeah, she got it.
Great.
And like she said, extra sauces, wasabi, those kind of things are great to put in there if you want it more spicy.
Yeah.
Just like how we do spicy tuna, you can add sriracha to it or your favorite hot sauce. I mean, that's what's so great about this is that you can add all those items that you like.
Depends on, yeah, make it your own.
Yeah,
Creation.
Yeah, come up
Yeah.
with 5 different items and put them in there. I mean,
Yeah.
or if you want more, go for it. If you want to get more crazy, I mean, it's up to you on what you want to add to it. It's really what you have in the refrigerator and what flavors you want to go with.
Perfect.
The I feel like
Sophia.
for the poke, all the flavors coming from the sauces that you're marinating it in, and then just add the things you like. I this is the way I like doing it, but I know there's a lot of other ways. Some people add red onion.
I like
lot
white
of
onion
things.
So
because
how's
it's
that finished
sweet.
product, babe? Show it to me.
All right. So we got the
Do you like
rice
to do
underneath.
sriracha mayonnaise over it, or
So yeah, so okay, wasabi sauce I found at the store.
Yeah, that's not bad. I've had that
it's-
before.
It's for this. This is like the wasabi if you just want
Wasabi
like a little
paste.
bit to kind of like dip in, and then this
We've
is
made
like a
our own.
sriracha sauce that I added mayonnaise to, and that just can nicely go on top. So
so when we go to Foodland in Hawaii, how
Yeah.
do they do it, babe? Go ahead, show them how they do it.
they're
You
doing
know,
this
you
right
know.
here. Little
The safe way where you get the poke.
That's it.
little on top right there. And you got a, I don't know, $10, $15 poke bowl.
There you go.
Out of-
Looks
out of
great.
Fresh tuna, right there. That's for you.
Fantastic. Thank you
Awesome.
so much.
There.
Beautiful. I'll
Just
try a
eat it
piece,
right
sweetheart.
now. Oh, yeah, I don't know if you can have
With the
rice.
rice.
I can't do the
Okay,
rice.
Just get the
no,
meat.
I'll give you the other one. We got fresh poke without rice too.
Mm, delicious. That is good.
So you can eat it fresh,
Mm.
or it can marinate for 20 minutes all the way up for like 20. I've had pokey. We had leftovers. I made it. We had leftovers. I ate it the next day, and I was
Even
fine.
better.
And it's always going to
That's
taste
fine.
good. The only problem you're going to have the longer you wait is that it's going to get discolored.
Yeah.
Only because of the oxidation.
And it
So
Okay.
it's the
But
same
it-
problem
it's
that happens with
still-
tuna.
Yeah,
It still
harder,
doesn't
but
change
not
the
as bad.
flavor. It's just the oxidation that
That's
changes
so
the color.
good, Jen.
So
So
don't be
delicious.
worried. If it sits longer than a day, like you've already made it, it'll change color. Just don't worry about it because with the soy sauce being dark and with it oxidation, it's still going to taste. It's like an avocado. It changes color, but it still tastes the same.
Yes.
Perfect. Jen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All these guys.
Thank you.
Israel De La Cruz says next week you need to do tuna tartare.
I've never done that. I'm
Well, if
gonna
we get the
look it
boat
up.
out and we get
Yeah.
a tuna, we'll
Look it up.
definitely do it.
Yeah,
I'll look it up and
exactly.
I'll have a recipe for you.
Maui onion in pokey is phenomenal,
Yep.
says Roland.
That's the sweet white onion right there.
And Scott Buchert says Mission Bell
Needs more
Friday.
people.
He needs more people Friday out of Point Loma Sword Fishing. Jump on the bell with Sean Hardigan and Scott. They are a couple of great guys. All right, what can I say, man? I mean, I would like to keep going with the podcast, but I want to finish this bowl of pokey.
Right? And we
It's
got
so
a lot
good.
out Sure, without the rice too.
And
Yeah,
we know we
well,
got a lot of people watching the Dodger game out there too, so
Yeah, and we have a meeting to do tonight, right, Anthony?
yep.
Let's go Dodgers. Hey,
Woo!
God bless everybody. Happy to see everyone.
Heck yeah.
All right, hey, can we get the Dodger game on TV here? No, right?
I have it on my phone, so I can probably cast
Oh,
it.
you
Yeah.
I can cast it.
All
Yeah.
right, we'll do that.
Yep.
All right, everybody, thank you so much. Anthony, great
Happy
job
birthday
as
to Anthony.
always. Happy
Yes.
birthday, Anthony, sweetheart.
He doesn't even
Good
tell
to
me it's
see
his
you.
birthday either. So.
Jen,
Happy
So good.
birthday.
Jason,
Yeah.
good to see you.
Heck yeah.
October the 23rd, we'll be here at 22nd Street Landing. You are all invited. We're going to have a barbecue. We're going to have raffles. We're going to have the boat that is headed to Puerto Vallarta out here so you can jump on board. It is going to be an extraordinary day. You're all invited, and it's really evolving right now. Sam De La Torre is talking about setting something up. Taddy Lures is set. I mean, this is going to turn into a big event. You're all welcome to come and talk to Anthony and talk to Jen if she's going to be here about these recipes, and Jason
Yep.
and everybody else, and go down on board the boat that is called now the El Patron.
Patron.
So-
And
Oh.
if you know you're going to show up, please let us know. So
Yeah.
that way we can plan for that because we don't know if we're going to have one person because nobody likes us, or if we're going to have all 5,000 of our listeners here. So
Yeah.
just let us know. That way we can plan accordingly.
We don't want to overplan for food, but we don't want to underplan.
We did,
either.
I don't care about overplanned. It's underplanned. We
Yeah.
don't want to underplan.
Right.
So.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for all your guys' support. Thank you for joining our channel and hit that like button. Thanks for all your guys' support, and it just really means the world to us. And you know, I don't do it. Phil does it every day. So
Well, Anthony,
God bless.
you're a big part of this, man.
Well, you're doing it every day from the beach in the dark. So
I love it.
So
All
when
right.
you say hit that like button.
Hit that. Thank you, sweetheart. Good job. All right, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
thank you so much, everyone.
Anthony's going to go over there and sign us off. Thank you so much, everybody, Jen, and everybody else. We appreciate it very much. Take care, my friend.